Yeah, can we start? Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yes, so
Are we good to go?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So, hi Shraddha, very good evening. And
Good evening.
once again, a big congratulations to you. So, fantastic rank, and that too in the very first attempt. So, guys, those who are watching us, today we have with us Dr. Shraddha, who has been our Lucknow Center student. And the biggest thing that she has scored a rank of 240 in the very first attempt. Yes, you heard me right. And this is something very amazing. And she is a source of inspiration, and for so many of us. So, Shraddha, not taking
Yes, sir.
much of your time, first of all, I would like to thank you for coming over here for our platform to guide so many students. कितने सारे बच्चे होते हैं जो obviously it is a dream coming true in the very first attempt, all the troubles, all the tensions सब खत्म, and you have achieved what you wanted to, right? So you are such a source of inspiration for so many. Okay, so I'll take up the questions which usually the students ask me as a faculty, but now you are the star of the evening, so I would like you to answer everything that a student asks. Okay, so Shraddha,
Yes.
tell us about your journey. How did this all started? कब से सोचना शुरू किया कि I want to go for PGME? कब समझ में आया PG का मतलब?
Sir, in the very first year when I entered, students they have started talking about PG. At that time, I really didn't know what it meant. I just focused on first year. First year, everyone is confused. So was I. तो बस फर्स्ट ईयर किसी तरह हो गया. देन सेकेंड ईयर में जब हम आए तो हमारे सीनियर्स ने कहा कि हमारे यहाँ पे केजीएमयू में सबको पता है भाटिया इंस्टीट्यूट के बारे में, एंड इट्स अ वंडरफुल इंस्टीट्यूट. मैंने अपने सीनियर से भी पूछा कि मुझे क्या करना चाहिए. सो दे वर लाइक कि यू शुड जॉइन फॉर कोचिंग DBMCI. So sir, my journey started in second year. I joined as a regular batch student. Then I continued it in third year. In the first year, we were taught the first year and second year subjects. And in third year, we were taught all the 19 subjects. So I attended all the subjects again because it was a revision for first and second year also. Then final year, I totally focused on my final year subjects. And then internship, I was totally focused. I have to revise my notes that I have made in second and third year and to solve questions. So that's it.
Perfect. See, when I tell people, when I talk to some of the students, they are always in a dilemma, especially the second year students, right? Not talking
Yes.
about first year, but you are coming from such a bunch of students, those who are giving the exam, the PGME exam after their internship. Let's say like that, you are still into it, you're having some
Yes.
postings and all, but you are one bunch who is allowed to give the exam after internship, right? With second year, the student often ask me, sir, balance कैसे करेंगे? Second year college 4 o'clock तक है, 5 o'clock तक है, then classes. इन क्लासेस का मतलब क्या है? जब मैं पढ़ ही नहीं पाऊंगा, कर ही नहीं पाऊंगा, तो what is the use? What do you suggest to all those students who are in the second year? How much it mattered? It would have mattered actually. अगर second में join नहीं किया होता, third में करते, क्या difference? What do you feel would have been there?
Sir, actually, when we enter in the medical college, we are very confused. Like in second year also, I was very confused. कि sir जो आप question पूछ रहे, that was the time when I was asking myself, how would I manage और कैसे होगा, क्या होगा. But once you join the coaching, you realize कि you come to know the pathway that you have to follow. Because you're confused, you ask a number of students, a number of seniors, and everyone has their own perception, their own beliefs. But I think it was I think best decision for me to have that joining second year coaching, because sir, it gave me a pathway कि भाई पढ़ना कैसे है. Everyone is reading, but things which is important, which is not important, wo after joining Bhatia, that's where I came to know कि you have to sort out things. There because textbooks are there, obviously we have the postings, but ek to coaching classes used to be in the weekends, so they never interfered in our regular classes. we had ample amount of time for postings, and we had ample amount of time to go back and revise, and as well as I used to read a lot of books. So I got, I think, enough time after coaching also, because it was in the weekends. It never bothered us during the weekdays. So, sir, I think it was a good decision for me, and I would suggest my juniors they should do this.
Okay. So if you say that if the coaching classes were going on the weekends and
Yes, sir.
weekdays were free, how you
Yes,
were utilizing or how you were using your notes, coaching notes in those 5 days of the weekdays?
sir. I was a sir. I used to read my books very extensively. So what I used to do, sir, I had this like image of the whatever coaching classes for example, if I had done like patho, तो सर वो images मेरे दिमाग में होती थी. तो when I used to read textbook, I used to recall them. ठीक है. After doing that, then I used to read my मतलब revise my notes. They used to be a source of revision for me. So that was the way I used them. Yes, sir.
So
Some people use them
very,
before. I use them after my theory reading.
that's fantastic. Means every student is having his own way and you found out yours. That's the best thing. So for
Yes.
everybody who is watching us right now, please understand that coaching and university, these are two absolutely different things, and they are not, going to hamper in each other's preparation because content is same. Only the
Yes.
way of understanding them, the way of asking, being asked them in their exams are different. Thoda farak hoga, but content to wahi hai na. So like Shraddha was doing, what she was doing is she was taking a class, and for the next 5 days she is reading thoroughly the books, and that is how she was improvising. Okay, that's fantastic. So Shraddha, what was the time when you were able to complete all the 19 subject notes? Second
Sir,
year when you started?
during internship, or you asking?
No, I'm asking, you started your coaching in second year and you
Yes.
started making your own notes. So
Yes,
by
sir.
when you were ready with all the 19 subject notes?
Sir, I think by the end of third year, I was matlab very much I was done with my notes. I knew in internship I have to just revise them, and yes, there are updates. So you have to so through question banks you
Add
can
on
fill
them.
them up.
Keep on adding.
Yes, yes, sir. You can add on them. So my maximum notes were made by third year and somewhere after final year. Sir.
Perfect. What was your strategy for the tests? You were completing your 19 in the third year, and then how you try to improvise yourself. Test kitne diya aapne? Kaun sa test diya? Means what was the experience with the test?
Sir, internship, initially I started, I used to give monthly 2 tests. Then, sir, when my course was completed, I had 2 to 3 revision. Then I started giving it weekly.
Okay.
So, sir, like in the initial of my internship, what I did was I followed the subject-wise test that was given in the eGurukul app. I think the spacing that it had, it was wonderful, sir. So I blindly followed that schedule that was provided by eGurukul. The subject-wise test, like after ortho, like we have ENT. Then, sir, the spacing was so wonderful that I didn't have to make any of my timetable in the initial days. So I blindly followed that. And once my subject wise was completed, it was around August. So after that, I just started revising things.
Perfect. Okay. So Shraddha, some of the subjects that change your perspective towards the medical thing, your perspective towards you can say the PGME preparation. कुछ ऐसे सब्जेक्ट होते हैं ना हमेशा जो बहुत इन्फ्लुएंस कर जाते हैं कि यार ये ऐसा भी सोच सकते हैं इसके बारे में, like पैथो एनाटॉमी व्हाटएवर. कुछ ऐसे सब्जेक्ट तो चेंज योर व्यूज.
So पहला तो फर्स्ट ईयर में सर बायोकेमिस्ट्री स्पेशली सर. When I was in first year, I don't know why I was scared of the subject a lot.
We all are
Sir,
scared.
yes, sir. I don't know. So that was one subject that I just got hold of it after doing my classes. And then sir, anatomy was I loved anatomy from the beginning itself. So मेरे लिए तो it was wonderful after watching live classes of after attending live classes of Ashwini sir, because I already liked the subject and he used to teach us so wonderfully. Then sir, surgery Ajay Arora sir, surgery was wonderful. And then of course medicine.
Super awesome. These are legendary people.
Yes.
Those who made us fall in love with the subject.
So I think I liked all the 19 subjects because earlier I was confused and then I was coming to know things. I was understanding things. So I think my perspective changed for almost all the subjects.
Okay. So the two very, very important questions. Okay. Again, I would say that you are from such a group of students. When they started their preparation, there was not much of a concept like that of a recorded application, right? So eGurukul came, I guess, in 2019-20 basically. So before that, you have already started. What
Yes,
would
sir.
you recommend, a live class or a recorded platform?
Sir, live class for sure. Because sir, that was my from my personal experience. I'm telling sir, the live class they retain for much longer than I think the video classes. I hardly have done any video classes. So as much, sir, the live classes first thing you get to see the person in front. So you get the subject very well. I feel like you live the subject when you're in the coaching class. Okay, so I think live classes are obviously there are no alternatives, I think. And so they retain for a longer time as well as in a shorter period of time. Like you can finish in a shorter period of time. We can finish the subject. So I think live classes have sir, they're the best, I guess.
That's a very wonderful line you said, that when you're in the live class, you live the subject. That's the most amazing thing that one can, think about. That's fantastic. Okay. Second question to you. Once, you again are from such bunch of students who started their preparation, you listen to your inner self. Senior से हमने बात की, उससे बात की, लोगों से बात की, and then you took your decision that no, I'll go with the coaching in the second year. Okay.
Yes.
When how much do you think, how early a student nowadays, आपको भी पता है कि next 2023 से implement हो रहा है, नीट शायद हमारा 2022 में लास्ट होने वाला है, that too in April 2022. To all the juniors, those who are in the first years, those who are in the second year, what is your message to them? Very frequently I get this question to me, sir, how early should I start? Like apart those jokes जो हम इंटरनेट पे पढ़ते हैं ना कि child is in 6th class 7th class कि मैं start कर दूं, apart from those jokes, once you're in the medical college, how early the student should start preparing for the PGME preparation?
Sir, I would say second year, sir. Because first year, I think there's a lot of confusion when you enter the medical college. I don't think matlab, it would be that's my personal belief. I won't say anything. But first year, we are very confused. I don't think we can handle the pressure
That's
in first
absolutely
year.
right. I do agree to that. I was also same. समझ में
Yes,
नहीं
sir.
आता फर्स्ट ईयर तो कब शुरू हुआ कब खत्म हुआ, we never know.
Yes. यस सर, उसका तो बिल्कुल भी आइडिया ही नहीं होता है. तो सेकेंड ईयर से सर व्हेन यू स्टार्ट सेटलिंग, तो आई थिंक सेकेंड ईयर प्लस द सब्जेक्ट्स इन सेकेंड ईयर सर, दे आर द बेस टिल दे विल कंटिन्यू, दे विल हेल्प यू टिल द फाइनल इंटर्नशिप. बिकॉज सर सेकेंड ईयर सब्जेक्ट्स आर स्पेशली, आई मीन आई थिंक दे आर द those were the subjects I focused the most. तो मुझे लगता है the second year is the time when students should start preparing.
Okay, second year is the best time.
Yes,
Own
sir.
notes or the ready-made notes?
So notes, sir. Because yes, sir.
Okay. What about those students who feel that for those students, I'm specifically asking you for those students who are going for the NEET exam 2022. Some of the student tells me कि sir, face to face, no doubt जितने भी rankers आते हैं वो एक ही बात कहते हैं, common है कि go face to face. But because of this COVID situation, सभी कुछ बंद था, everything was closed and all. And now gradually the things are opening up. Like our Lucknow Center is now also open. So gradually now the UP government has given permission. आपके college में भी अब gradually चीजें open हो ही रही हैं, right? So student often ask me, sir, if I go to my Lucknow Center, for example, for today, and if some of the content is not completed or some part is not completed, what to do? Shall I continue with my recordings, or I want to go to the center, but this apprehension is there कि एक दो subject में नहीं कर पाया वहां पे तो क्या होगा? What would you like to suggest to those students?
Sir, I think clearing the concept is the main agenda. So if there is a situation we are not able to attend, so I think then you will have to see the video classes. There's no alternative.
No alternative.
But if you can attend, you should definitely go for it.
Go for it. And what I also personally feel that अगर एक दो subject आपको लगता है कि आपके schedule के हिसाब से complete नहीं होंगे, then in between the classes like short subject होते हैं for orthopedics, anesthesia, ये 2 से 3 दिन के subjects होते हैं. So you have ample time to revise another subject जो आपको लगता है पूरा नहीं होगा, तो you'll have ample time. Like as you said, कि time पूरा मिल जाता था उनके बीच में.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Another question. Again, you are coming from a group of students who have given or who would have prepared actually for the 300 question pattern exam. And now
Yes, sir.
suddenly the exam pattern changed to 200 questions. So what was the thought process? It's not easy to crack everything in the first attempt and get such a superb rank. So what was the thought process at that time? कि एकदम sudden news आई कि नहीं अब तो 300 से 200 हो गए. तब क्या था
Sir,
mind में?
sir, actually, I was happy
We're happy.
because yes, sir. Because the 300 questions, I believe they were more factual than the 200 questions. So when it was announced that 200 questions are coming, so I knew that it would be more clinical based. So sir, clinical questions में ये होता है, you get like it's a stepwise process. You get to process thing, and by the end, you come out with an answer. So I think that I liked it better. So I was actually scared of the 300 questions because I thought many questions they were factual and I was not able to attend them. And I think this went into my favor. But anyways, if anyone, if this happens to my juniors or someone, I think the concept remains the same. The subject is the same. I think there's nothing to worry. I don't think I didn't worry for even a bit. In fact, I was happy. That's what I'm saying.
That's fantastic.
So I think, sir, the questions now that the pattern that is changing to clinical integrated, I think it is it's in the favor of students because what you're seeing in postings, what you're learning, what you're discussing with your friends, that's what is coming in the paper. Not like you have to tell like, मतलब, earlier like anesthesia में like history के questions आ जाते थे like अब वो नहीं होता है. Everything is integrated. So you get time and you get a lot of choices to come out with the answer. So I think this is a better one.
I do agree with that thing that 300 से 200 क्वेश्चन होने में स्टूडेंट को कहीं ना कहीं एक एडवांटेज मिला है. दैट फैक्चुअल जो क्वेश्चन होते थे, ईयर बताओ, नाम बताओ, वो सारी चीजें हट गई हैं. नाउ इट इज मोर ऑफ अ काइंड ऑफ अ ओपीडी काइंड ऑफ सिनेरियो.
Yes.
You are getting the questions and you have to solve it out. Okay.
Yes.
Anything you would like to tell students about our Lucknow Center, because that's one of my favorite center personally. So anything about Mr. Dhruv who is with you and about Lucknow Center, that's an awesome visit whenever we come over there. So would you like to tell anything about the center to all our viewers?
Sir, I think for Lucknow, I think I don't even have to mention. Everyone already knows.
Sure.
So there's a wonderful center, and Dhruv sir is like an elder brother to all of us. He's always supportive, and you can ask him whenever you are in problem. Or I think the first introduction to DBMCI is through Dhruv sir. He's the one who usually motivates us. He tells us the pros and pros of this. Pros, there's no con. So I think, and it's a wonderful center. So plus we have I think the faculty is so wonderful that after attending classes, you can feel it after finishing the classes. You will know that such a wonderful center you are. And I'll like to thank Dhruv sir for helping us so much, being there for us always. He's very supportive and he takes care of the center so well that it's commendable.
Even he fights with us sometime for the center, for the student. Yeah, that's so nice of him. Okay, one last question to you, Shraddha. One piece of advice to all the aspirants who might be appearing for the first time in the NEET exam 2022 and those who unfortunately did well in the first attempt and they are going for the second time in the NEET. For both the categories of student, what is your piece of advice?
Sir, first thing I would like to advise them on COVID because I think we didn't have any question. I think one question was there because I think, sir, there were changes in COVID, all the treatments and vaccination. I think everything was in process. That's why we didn't get questions. But I would like to tell my juniors and those who are appearing again, be well versed with the topic. Don't take it lightly. कि इस बार COVID नहीं आया तो आगे नहीं आएगा. So COVID and COVID related subjects, they have gained a lot more importance than they were earlier. Okay, sir. And second thing, please test dete rehna hai because it becomes very monotonous if you keep on reading notes and you're not giving test or you're not solving Q bank. So test, it should be a good balance. Start with monthly twice and then dhire dhire when you're more into the subject, then you can give it more frequently, but test Q banks and revision. These three are the main key points and vibe. That's an, I think, sir, absolute necessity for any PG in preparing students, because Survive helped me a lot. And I think the pattern is completely now visual and image based. So you should, Vibe is something that no one should miss. That would be my piece of advice.
And how to improvise? Suppose I have some students, some of the colleagues, some friends who say that sir हम टेस्ट तो दे रहे हैं but टेस्ट के अंदर ना स्कोर बड़ा कांस्टेंट है, like it is all the time 120 130 or 140, we are not improvising. What is one thing that you would like to tell them, that how to utilize the GTs, how to utilize the SWTs to the maximum to improvise their score? कैसे उसको utilize करें? Shraddha, we have lost your image, I think. Currency, I think we got some net glitch. We can stop the live session.
Sure.